Dark and stormy seas stretched endlessly beneath towering waves, carrying three mysterious ships through the darkness. On their decks stood a determined sailor, unaware that he was about to change the course of world history forever. He had set sail in search of India, but the land where he was about to set foot would be known by future generations as America. His name was Christopher Columbus. This extraordinary story began in 1451 in the coastal city of Genoa, Italy, where Columbus was born into a modest family of weavers. He had no royal blood, no great fortune, and no powerful family name to open doors for him. Yet from a young age, his imagination was drawn toward the endless sea. While other children played, young Columbus would spend hours near the harbor, watching ships arrive and depart. He listened to merchants speak of distant lands, mysterious islands, valuable goods, and dangerous voyages. The horizon seemed to him like a doorway to a world that no map had completely revealed. As Columbus grew older, the sea became his greatest teacher. He began with ordinary maritime work and gradually learned the skills needed to survive long voyages. He studied the winds, currents, coastlines, and stars. His journeys eventually took him across the Mediterranean and toward the coasts of Africa and the Atlantic. Every voyage strengthened his belief that the world was far larger and more mysterious than most people imagined. During this period, Europe was obsessed with reaching the riches of Asia. India was famous for its valuable spices, silk, precious goods, and other treasures. But reaching Asia by land was difficult, expensive, and controlled by powerful intermediaries. European kingdoms desperately wanted a faster and safer sea route. Columbus believed he had found the answer. Columbus proposed a daring idea. Instead of sailing east toward Asia, why not sail west? He believed that because the earth was round, he could reach India from the opposite direction. But Columbus made a critical mistake. He greatly underestimated the size of the earth and had no idea that a vast landmass stood between Europe and Asia. His plan was rejected several times, but he refused to give up. Eventually, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain agreed to finance his expedition. In August 1492, three ships, the Santa Maria, Pinta, and Nina, sailed west into the unknown. Days became weeks. The coastline disappeared, the ocean seemed endless, and the exhausted crew began to fear they would never find land. Then, on October 12, 1492, a cry finally broke through the darkness. Land! Columbus had reached islands in the Caribbean. He believed he had found the outskirts of Asia, but he was actually standing in a land unknown to Europeans at the time. He had failed to find a western route to India, but his voyage opened a new chapter in world history, forever changing the history of the Atlantic and the Americas.